Hello and welcome to Northern Ireland for round 3 of the 2015 FIA European Rally Championship, the first pure tarmac rally of the season. It's Easter. Of course, it's the Circuit of Ireland. And the rally is based here in the heart of Belfast at the former Harland and Wolff shipyards. Let's chat with ERC sporting manager Jean-Pierre Nicolas.
Nous sommes à Belfast. Sur la plateforme où a été construit en 1911.
Well, here he says we are in Belfast. This is the slipway where the Titanic was built back in 1911. And this is the event's headquarters of this year's Circuit of Ireland Rally. We're just in front of the Titanic Museum. It's dedicated to the story of the Titanic. Fantastic building. A fantastic monument. Tells the story of the whole of the Titanic. This rally itself is unique, he said, organised around Belfast, 80 kilometres around Belfast through the gorgeous Ulster countryside. Tight, twisty roads, lots of intersections, lots of gravel, mud, water, and roads with lots of jumps, lots of hollows. Really difficult for drivers here because you can't read the road like you can in southern Europe, for instance in France or Spain or Portugal. So drivers and co-drivers must work really hard in the recce because here, precise pace notes will be key. Titanic Belfast is the world's largest Titanic visitor experience and a must-see in any visit to Belfast and Northern Ireland. It's located in the Titanic Quarter, right beside the historic site of this world-famous ship's construction. It's an iconic 6-4 building. The visitor experience tells the story of the Titanic from her conception in the early 1900s through her construction at Harland and Wolff to her launch, and then, of course, her tragic maiden voyage. April 10th. The better sort expected. All the way to the water's edge. He kicked it himself, James. Round 2 of the ERC was in snowy and icy Latvia early in February. Remember that? Let's take a look at what happened. Alexei Lukyanuk from Belarus was leading the event after stage 1, and that lasted as far as an icy stage 2. He lies 4th in the championship despite this big one, 8 points behind Robert Consani. That short lead ended there. Kajtan Kotanovic went off the road on stage 5. He still leads the championship 2 rounds in. He's 5 points ahead of Ireland's Craig Breen, and he learned an awful lot in the icy, snowy Latvian conditions. Conditions he hopefully will not see again this Easter in Ulster. Fastest junior Emil Bergqvist in Latvia. He finished in 6th place overall in his Opel Adam R2. That's an astonishing effort, and perhaps the lack of traction didn't hinder him so much. An encouraging result finally for the junior championship newcomer, and he heads to Ireland as the championship leader in the juniors. And as for Ireland's Craig Breen in the 208 T16 that was so troublesome last year, he had a clean run at a great rally, a strong win. A minute 40 ahead of Sim Plani. There were 2 ERC 2 cars on the podium alongside Craig. He's 5 points behind Kaito in the championship after 2 rounds. So it's Kajtanovic, Breen and Consani, the top 3 as they head to Ireland. On the top 4, in fact, with Alexei Lukyanuk, are the only 4 that have done both rallies so far. As we head to Ulster, this spectacular, rugged countryside is an ideal playground for one of the world's oldest motorsport events. Circuit of Ireland was first run in 1931, and it has a massively rich history. And its headquarters in the Titanic Quarter of Belfast, a suitably historic base as well. And it being the first day of the event, time for the qualifying stage. Well, stage 3.22 kilometres. Let's get down and hear what they think about it. First of all, Ireland's Robert Barrymore.
Obviously, we had a good run last year, which was very important. Some of the stages are the same as we know from last year, so it was just a matter of just being familiar with them. Okay, we haven't done a rally in Spain last year, but we're not really going to use that as an excuse. It's just a matter of getting in the 2 runs of qualifying, 2 runs of shakedown and 1 run of qualifying, and we should be back into the groove. Okay, there is the competition, the entry is an awful lot stronger this year, but no, we still have our sights set on hopefully where we finished last year will be a very good result for us. Even if it is a dry rally, it's still going to be quite a dirty rally, so tyre choice I think is going to be the big factor in this rally, with working compound with the muck and dirt and shiny tar and puddles and bits and pieces like that, so that's going to be very, very important, I think.
Something that the local drivers will have a lot of knowledge of. Robert finished 3rd on last year's circuit behind the girders of Espak Alapi and Sepp Wiegand, who are not here this year, and he's reunited with regular co-driver Damien Donnelly back in the car. Very quickly back on good form, they set the fastest time in qualifying. Well, his Ford Fiesta R5 promises much, but he's up against another very strong contender, also Ford Fiesta R5 mounted, Kajtan Kajtanovic, the championship leader from Poland. And he thinks that these stages are quite similar to some Polish rallies, feeling fairly comfortable even in these narrow, twisty Irish lanes. Second fastest in qualifying, his time 2:02.1 to 2:01.6 a bearable, just half a second in it.
My first time in Ireland, but stages are very beautiful. We have narrow parts, fast parts, bumpy parts with many jumps, absolutely many jumps. It's amazing. This rally is very important for me, so I want to push. That's it. We are leading, but we don't feel pressure because of it. I want to try find good rhythm on these stages. Absolutely demanding stages. I want to have a fun. This is very important when you're driving.
Well, he's got plenty of local competition. Just 5 points behind him in the championship is Craig Breen. After his win in Latvia, he'll be the local favourite. Mechanical failure forced him out of the event last year, and he's keen to put that disappointment behind him. An event that he's been watching since a child and has hungered for many years to try and win. He was 3rd fastest in qualifying, 2:02.9, 0.8 of a second behind Kajtanovic.
Yeah, the Circuit of Ireland, it's you know, such a big event in Irish rallying and in my family and everything, and you know, spending all those years as a kid up my dad's shoulders watching all the heroes of the past go by, so it's not exactly the event that it was in the past, but still in my heart it's the Circuit of Ireland. It's the same trophy that all those heroes held before, so I would give anything to try and win it.
Well, Breen's new Peugeot Academy teammate, 26-year-old Frenchman Charles Martin, makes his ERC debut here in Ireland. It's his only 2nd ever event in a 4-wheel drive car, but he was impressive, 4th fastest, ahead of, tied with more experienced compatriot Robert Consani.
It's
a fantastic event, Circuit of Ireland, lots of bumps, and roads that I've never come across before. We had a good test session on the bumpy roads with lots of jumps, so I think we've got a pretty decent setup. But there's not a single kilometre here without at least 3 big bumps, 3 blind crests where you can't see what's ahead. So you really need good pace notes to go fast because you can't see the next corner, you can't see anything. The roads here are very narrow, no room for error, so you've got to have a good balance between attack and safety.
On n'a pas trop de dégagement, on peut pas, voilà, il faut trouver le bon équilibre entre l'attaque et
well, he seemed to find a good balance. 4th fastest, tied with Robert Consani, and just 1.7 seconds off the flying Irishman, Robert Barrable. A lot more Irish names in the lead order as well. This Circuit of Ireland rally is still such a massive draw for North and South. Well, plenty of activity despite a little bit of Easter softness in the weather in downtown Belfast, the autograph session and the starting order ceremony. No surprises as far as the picking order went. Starting position same as in the qualifying stage results, and that means that Robert Barrable, fastest on the qualifying stage, the first to choose, and He's going to go start number 1.
He's got his coat on and everything. He's very prepared.
Kaito Kotanovic, second fastest on the qualifying stage. And he chooses to go second on the road. Craig Breen, third in qualifying. He goes third. No major surprises here at all. Robert Conseny, fourth place. And he'll go fourth on the road. And Mata, he tied the time, so he is officially fifth. He'll go fifth. Lukanyuk, 12th fastest. He takes 12th spot. So Robert Barrable is the man who will open the road on stage 1 of the Circuit of Ireland. Will it be wet? Will it be dry? Probably yes, both. The ERC priority drivers have chosen their road position, but what about tyre choice for leg 1? That's something that will be haunting them throughout the event, not just because here the weather can change in a heartbeat. Let's talk tyres with the master, Craig Breen.
Hi, welcome to the Circuit of Ireland, our first pure asphalt rally of the season, and I'm going to go through with you some of the fantastic compounds of tyres that Michelin have given to us to use this weekend. Here on the left side, we have on my left side, it's the 01 tyre. This is the softest compound tyre we have. It's for cold temperatures and wet roads. I think this weekend the strange Irish temperatures will actually be a little bit too high for this one, so we won't use this too often. Moving on, we have a slightly harder tyre. This is the 11 compound. In full rain conditions, we have to drive with this slick tyre. But as you can see, these two channels here, they remove a lot of the water. And finally, we have the 21 tyre. This is for the strange case we have a lot of sun here in Ireland, and this is for use on pure dry roads. One of the biggest challenges this weekend will be calling the tyre choice, in some cases hours before we arrive to the stages. And if you get a wrong choice, for example using the hard compound 21 tyre when it's rain condition, it could really change the rally. You could lose, you know, up to minutes in stages if you call it wrong. And on the plus side, if you call it right and you know, catch a rainstorm with the right choice, you can gain a lot of time. So it's a tricky one.
It's ever thus in Irish rallying, not just the roads that are difficult. So the ceremonial start taking place at City Hall, Belfast, and lots gathered to attend the event. Alistair Fisher, Bertie Fisher's son, joining Craig Breen, Barrable, McCormack, and the rest of the visitors. So, programme for leg 1 tomorrow. They start off Buckshead, Hamilton's Folly, Lochhenny, into service at Belfast at lunchtime in the afternoon, back through the stages of the morning, and then through the Newtonards stage twice. Well, don't forget, you can see all the highlights tomorrow evening on Eurosport from day 1 of the Circuit of Ireland. Promises to be absolutely fascinating. See you then.